Ladies and gentlemen, just keep that round of applause going. Build it up, build it up, build it up.
Thank you so much. You know, it's great that Gotham City has a group like this where we can just talk. You know, Metropolis was so big and noisy. I already feel at home here. We were talking about forgiveness, and forgiveness usually stems from love, and I was in love once. It was amazing. He was, to the world, a superhero, but to me, he was my boo. We met in high school, up in Forest Hills, a friendly neighborhood in Queens, New York, and it was, I remember, Halloween when we first met, and he was wearing a costume, and I said to him, hey, you know, wearing a costume is the gateway drug to homosexuality. And he smiled, and that's how it all started. And right away, I could tell he was weird. Not like science nerd weird, but like weird in the sense that, well, he was even reluctant, even after graduation, to like introducing me to his Aunt May and his Uncle Ben. For super strength or agility, but the ability to cling on most surfaces was undeniably hot. And he used to shoot webs from these things he called web shooters, and because of his spidey senses, he always knew when I was about to come. And he would act quickly, but not too quickly. But when he would come, that was a whole other episode. He would actually like insist on coming inside of his palm. Take a couple of steps back, turn around, and shoot me in the face. And I'd be like, what the fuck was that? He's like, that was the Spiderman. Spiderman fucking whatever. His name was fucking Peter Parker. That's his secret identity. Alright, I shouldn't have said that, so let's just not let that leave these four walls. But Peter started having some, well, he never had like a mentor like Robin had Batman. So, you know, as the years passed, he joined the Avengers for a while, but he used to come to my apartment afterwards and bitch about how it wasn't working out. And I'd be like, Peter, you are a solo act. And no one appreciated that side of him. And so he started getting depressed, and he took on a job as a freelance photographer for the Daily Bugle. And like, he would try to, you know, submit pictures of himself as Spider-Man. No one bit. And his boss, J.J. Jameson, total asshole. I mean, he would write hurtful, horrible things about him in the newspaper. And once, you know, I appealed to Mr. Jameson one night, and I went to his office, and I swear to God I did not mean for this to happen, but I blew him. And I realized that I had this strange, like, revenge thing towards Peter that I was trying to work out on my own. I was angry too. And of course, this didn't help matters at all. Superman and Batman were all in the newspapers. Everybody loved them. And yeah, the Fantastic Four gave him some gigs every now and again. But with them, you had to wait like 6 weeks to get paid. And like, they were so cliquey too. They say they're not, but they are. I mean, and they're all fucking each other. And why wouldn't they? Because what normal person would understand them? You know, separating your personal life from your superhero life is something that a lot of superheroes struggle with nowadays, and supervillains. And I think Peter, like everybody else, deserves love, deserves respect, and I don't think that I gave Peter either of those things. So when he came out number 3 as one of the all-time best most famous superheroes of all time, our relationship took a turn for the worst. And, like, Mary Jane Watson was just a friend at first, and in my head, I'm thinking to myself, you know, oh, he's done with that woman bullshit. I mean, I have female friends, Wonder Woman, Strawberry Shortcake. You don't see me going down on those bitches, do you? No. Wonder Boy Pissy don't play that. So, when things got really kind of tense between us and they got really close, I had no one to turn to but the Green Goblin. It's just that Green Goblin could be really funny sometimes. And, well, Green Goblin gave me gonorrhea. And when I told him, he thought it was the fucking funniest thing in the world. And I'm like, is everything a fucking joke to you? He didn't say anything that night. Gobby just got up and he left. He didn't say a word. And that night, Spidey and Green Goblin met up in the street, somehow, somewhere, and they got into a fight. And Green Goblin died. And that really hurt me. I know he's green, but I really loved him. And that is something that Spidey could not understand. And I can't go to those meetings they have at the Hall of Justice because Aquaman is usually the facilitator. And he's so full of shit. He's all like, oh, let me help you with your superhero stress. I'm like, well, if I was a fucking goldfish, maybe that could be the case. He's so full of shit. I mean, every time I open a can of tuna, I just get pissed off about something he would say. I just think that when you get into a relationship really young, that as you grow older and you realize that you're going apart, that sometimes we lack the ability to say, hey, this isn't working out, let's break up. And I think that somewhere along the way, I was the reason for Spidey coming in 3. And years later, I'm a member of the Jigglewatts Burlesque Review. He's Spider-Man. Hello, it's like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. We're gonna run into each other at some point. The city of Metropolis calls me and say, hey, we're doing this really big event for Superman. We're giving Batman this big prize, and we're giving Spider-Man this little tiny plaque. And we'd like you to sing something in honor of Spider-Man. And I said, yes. And that day went something like this. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes a Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look up ahead, look there, here comes a Spider-Man. In the stream of light, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can, slings a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out! Here comes a Spider-Man. All right, Metropolis! Remember, we're here to celebrate 3 great men today. With great power comes great responsibility, or something like that. Here comes the Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Just like flies, look out! Here comes a Spider-Man. In the stream of light, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can, spins away. Catches thieves eyes, look out. He change activates. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches speed just like light. Mary Jane Watson, you'll always be mine, bitch.